Hello students, welcome to La Excellence IAS KALAM program, a GS Mains Answer Writing Initiative, Season 2, Episode 33. I am Kiran Mai and we will be continuing this season for about 50 episodes. Let us look at today's question. The question says, governors in the Indian polity should act as a bridge between the central and state government. Critically analyze. This question is for 10 marks and we have to write the answer in 150 words. This is from General Studies paper 2 from the Polity section and from the subtopic of governor. If we look at the context in which this question is asked, you all are aware that the post of governor has come under severe criticism in the recent past for various reasons. Mainly while calling a party or a coalition of parties for formation of government, governor's post has been criticized. There was a political drama in Maharashtra when Congress, NCP and Shiv Sena party, which formed as a post-poll alliance, were ready to form the government. Governor called BJP and NCP to form the government in the last moment. Though he had the discretion to do so, he should have used his rationale. He should have acted impartially and waited to see if NCP was really aligned to join the BJP in the last moment. Without this fact-checking, government was formed, which collapsed in no time. And Maharashtra had to be placed under president's rule for some time till a stable government with the three parties of Congress, NCP and Shiv Sena was formed. This shows that the discretionary power of governor is being misused. There were similar incidents even with Karnataka and Goa, where governor acted as a mere agent of center rather than acting as a bridge between the center and the state. Apart from this, there were many instances of dissolutions of government and recommendation of imposition of president's rule in the states where party which was in opposition at the central government was in power. So in view of all this question has been asked. What are some of the value addition points that we can write in this answer? First and foremost, because it is a polity based question, any articles could be written. Especially Article 163, which says that governor has to act by the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers headed by the Chief Minister. Okay, so that is Article 163. But the same article gives some discretionary powers also to the governor. Because of these discretionary powers, he is able to exercise his discretion as demanded by the central government. Also, you can write about Article 356, which calls for president's rule in case of failure of constitutional machinery in the state. This has been one of the most misused emergency provisions. So you can write such articles as a value addition in your answer. Otherwise, the case studies which we have discussed so far can be written as a value addition. Coming to the way forward in our value addition points, you can write recommendations of commissions like Sarkaria Commission, Punchi Commission or National Commission for Review of Working of the Constitution. Also, in such answers, Supreme Court verdicts on the role of governor could be written. For example, in the SR Bommai case, Supreme Court has given guidelines for invoking Article 356. It also held that governor's discretionary powers for recommendation of Article 356 is subject to judicial review. So these are some of the value addition points which you can write in this answer. Coming to what is to be avoided in this answer, you have to avoid the various functions of governor in detail. The question is specifically asking about the role of governors in acting as a bridge between the central and state government. Also, you have to avoid the comparison with precedent of various powers. Usually while we are reading the governor topic, we read in comparison with precedent of the various powers. For example, the pardoning powers, passing of a bill, emergency powers, ordinance making powers, etc. So this comparison also can be avoided because here the question is asking something else. The question is about independence of office of governor, how it is acting as a bridge between central and state governments. Coming to how to write the answer in the introduction, body and conclusion format. In the introduction, you can write briefly about what is governor's role in Indian polity, why such a role was envisaged for the governor. Okay, a small introduction about the role of governor. And in the body part, you have to critically analyze the role of governor as a bridge between central and state government. So, as we always discuss, critical analysis involves the positives, negatives and the way forward. So, in the positives, you can write about the functions where the office is playing the role of a bridge between the center and state. In the negatives, you can write about where it is not. That is the criticism of the governor's role. That is what we have discussed in the context part can be written. Coming to the way forward part, way forward could be written combined with the conclusion, where you will be writing about any of the commission's recommendations or Supreme Court judgments about the role of the governor. So, our conclusion will be using way forward using the commission's recommendations or Supreme Court judgments. Let us now see a sample answer. So, the person writes, governor is said to be having a dual role in Indian polity, being the chief executive head of the state and acting as an agent of the central government. So, he is describing about the role of governor here. He is telling that governor has got two roles. One is being the chief executive head of the state as well as acting as an agent of the central government. This is what has been described also. He then writes role of governor as a bridge between central and state government. So, he is telling the positives of the critical analysis part here. What is he writing? Though appointment is done by the president, consultation with the chief minister of the state is a convention. Yes, usually whenever the governor is appointed for a state, a consultative process with the chief minister is done before appointment. And then he writes, he possesses various executive, legislative, financial and judicial powers in the state. These are guided by the aid and advice of State Council of Ministers under Article 163. So, whatever his functions are there, they are guided by State Council of Ministers. So, that is saying that state government still has a role in the governor's functions. Both these are mentioning about state government's role in functioning of the governor. Let us see what he writes further. He is writing increasing role as an agent of the central government. That is, it is writing about the partisan role of the governor. Let us see what he writes in this. Using discretionary powers under Article 163 to appoint chief ministers without checking the clear-cut majority. Example cases of Karnataka, Maharashtra. And he writes the second point, dissolution of the state government, stating failure of constitutional machinery of the state and recommending for imposition of president's rule under Article 356. We have discussed both these points, which are saying that governor is playing more a role as an agent of the central government. What does he write next? He is writing how to enhance independence of governor's office. That is, he is trying to write the way forward. He writes, governor should be an eminent person. You all know what eminent person means. He or she should not be a political asylum. What do you understand by this term, political asylum? This word is used in the context where some political leaders, because they are not able to win elections elsewhere, they are given this post. They have failed to win the elections in some region, so they are given this post of the governor. We can get many examples of this sort from the recent past. Should be away from active politics in the recent past. Okay, this is also not being done when we see. So these are the recommendations he is giving, and he is telling that these are recommended by Sarkaria Commission. He then writes, as held by the Supreme Court in 1979, Governor's office is an independent constitutional office and is not subordinate to the central government. Hence, the role of governors should be to act as a bridge between central and state government, not just an agent of the central government. So, I think this is the conclusion he is trying to write here, wherein he has used a Supreme Court's judgment. He said that Governor's office is an independent constitutional office and is not a subordinate to the central government. And then he is writing a statement which is copied from the text of the question. The role of the governors should be to act as a bridge between central and state government, not just an agent of central government. Okay, so it is a simple conclusion. If we analyze the entire answer, it looks like a simple answer, but it is very relevant. In the introduction, he has given the role of governor, and then he told what is the role of a governor as a bridge between central and state governments. Then he has mentioned about how its role has been increasing to be a mere agent of central government by using discretionary powers under Article 163 and Article 356. And then he has told the way forward by making use of Sarkaria Commission recommendations as well as Supreme Court judgments. This looks like a simple answer, but it has got a lot of value addition if you notice. He has written about Supreme Court's judgment, Sarkaria Commission's recommendations, articles, etc. So I think overall it is a good answer. Before ending the discussion for today, let me give you a task for today. Read about governor from your textbook, Polity textbook. Make a short note of it. Make note of only things which will be relevant for your mains exam. Make a short note of it consisting of about 150 to 200 words so that you can use it before your mains preparation. Try to make this note after seeing the previous questions on governors if possible. That will give you a direction of preparation of notes. Okay, let us end the discussion here. See you all again on Monday. Thank you.